From streaming to just 5 viewers for years,
It's got wallbang.
to becoming the biggest streamer on Twitch.
Bro, we are #1 in the world on Twitch, dude. Oh my god.
Jynxzi has had one of the most incredible rises to fame in the history of content creation.
This was not in the handbook.
But throughout his journey, he hasn't just blown himself up. He also has revived more than one video game from the dead. Today, we're going to talk about how Jynxzi single-handedly saved Clash Royale and turned it into one of the most popular games on the entire planet. At just 24 years old, Jynxzi already has over 5.5 million YouTube subscribers and an even larger following on Twitch. He started back in 2019, where he was only pulling a couple of viewers when he would go live. But as time went on, he would slowly but surely gain an audience. Then in the year 2023, Jynxzi would absolutely blow up. At the beginning of the year, he was averaging a few thousand viewers and ended the year averaging over 40,000 viewers on every stream. Aside from the fact that Jynxzi grinded streams throughout the years to basically nobody, there was another really cool part of his success. It wasn't based on the success of another video game. When you look at a lot of the biggest content creators, especially ones that were blowing up in the early 2020s, they would blow up at the same time as their main game. For example, the biggest streamer in the world for a long time was Ninja, and that was mostly due to the massive popularity of Fortnite.
I'm gonna beat the crap out of him. I'm gonna Yeah, there it is.
Jynxzi, on the other hand, had his rise to fame while he was playing Rainbow Six Siege. And for those of you that aren't familiar with the game, that basically just proved my point. It's not a very popular game, and although it has a pretty solid player base, it is nowhere near the popularity of games like Fortnite, Counter-Strike, or Valorant, where many of the other big streamers play. So this was the first time where instead of a game's massive player count boosting a streamer, we had a streamer's massive viewership blowing up a game's player count. Suddenly, tons of people were logging back into Siege after many years of not playing or signing up for the first time ever. And like I said in the intro, this wasn't the only game that Jynxzi did this for, because right now he's doing the exact same thing for Clash Royale. Jynxzi did his first Clash Royale stream on April 23rd of 2025, which at the time I'm recording this video is just 6 months ago. Clash was in a tough spot earlier this year. Everyone was upset with Supercell for making the game more pay to win than it had been in previous years. Basically, every update, especially the Evo update, which was a more recent one, made the game feel less and less playable if you didn't want to spend a ton of money. Because of this and multiple other reasons, the game and community was dying out, and those who remained were getting less optimistic about the game every day. And Clash Royale was fighting an uphill battle by being a mobile game. People often look down at mobile games and compare them to things like Farmville or Candy Crush that people like my mom play on Facebook. Even myself as a PC gamer has often looked down on mobile games or mobile versions of games like Fortnite or Call of Duty, seeing them as worse than their PC or console counterparts. That being said, Clash Royale was different. Not only was it based off of the characters from the super popular Clash of Clans, it also had a super interesting strategy aspect of the game, while also including a card collecting aspect that was different from pretty much every other mobile game on the market. And Jynxzi saw this as an opportunity to not only blow up his channel further, but also to bolster an entire community that needed it most. As I said, most people didn't think of mobile games as the most exciting, but Jynxzi of all people can make literally anything exciting. So people would tune in and watch him play what was supposed to be a boring mobile game, but instead it looked like he was having a blast. And it looked that way because he was. And not only was Jynxzi having a blast playing this game, his viewers were absolutely loving it. On top of raking in millions of views, Jynxzi was bringing millions of players into the Clash Royale player base. And suddenly a one-off Clash Royale stream turned into a week, a month, and now 6 months of playing the game pretty much every single day. And the coolest part about Jynxzi is that he doesn't have an ego. Even though the community and some of the biggest pro players in Clash are much smaller creators than him, he still has reached out to bolster the community and make awesome content with them. Players like Jynxzi.
Yeah, just do your little Dark Goblin. I hate you, bro! I hate you! Oh my god!
Riley.
Come on!
Dude, look at the skellies. Let's go, dude. Come on.
Come on.
Come on, dude.
Muhammad Light,
Let's go.
Yes! Bro, oh my god. Dude, I have no idea how you defended that.
and who knows, maybe I'll even get to have Jynxi on here for an interview, so make sure you guys subscribe so he sees this. Anyways, since Jynxi started to get into the game, he had to come up with a deck that he was going to play with, and his earliest deck featured the funniest card in the game, in my opinion, Bowler. So he decided to do a Bowler cosplay on stream.
Bowling. Alright. Let's play some Clash Royale.
And this cosplay went so well and went viral all over TikTok and Instagram, so he decided to do it again and dress up as Hog Rider.
Hello, is this the barber shop?
Why, yes. What kind of haircut would you like?
Give me the Hog Rider. Alright.
And if that wasn't good enough, he also did Berserker.
Hello, is this the barber shop?
Why, yes. What would you like today?
Give me the Berserker.
Let's play some Clash Royale.
But he didn't just stop at cosplays. He also started to host community tournaments with actual big money prizes.
Chat, remember, $1,000 on the line. Another W, dude. Let's go. 2-0. Come on, buddy. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? I'm the GOAT of Mega Draft, man!
These events and the inclusion of pre-existing content creators started to really rebuild the Clash Royale community. The fan base started to unite again, and Jynxi gave them something to cheer for. And the coolest part about Jynxi being the person that helped take over the Clash Royale community is that he gave all of the fans a voice.
Go, Larry, go! Go, Larry! Yes! Wait, the Ram Rider! The Ram Rider! Bang! Wait, what? God, I hate the Dark Goblin! Go! Go! Yes! Go! Yes! Yes! No, 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 no! No! Christ Almighty, no!
Please.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Oh my gosh, I lost.
Yes! Yes! What is my matchmaking? Are you kidding me?
Okay, well, that's not exactly what I meant, editor. He wasn't just physically loud, he was also loud metaphorically. See, Jynxi has millions of fans who adore him, so when he says something, a lot more people hear it. And this gave him a ton more influence online about how the game was perceived. So for example, if he complains about how something was unbalanced, then Supercell would hear it much quicker and would be able to actually make changes to the game that the community wanted to see. And this meant that we started getting updates that had actually improved the gaming experience and evened out some unbalanced characters. And look, Supercell definitely hasn't fixed everything yet, and there's still some problems with this game, but it's in a way better place than it was a year ago, and a lot of that is because of Jynxi. On top of the casual play as well, Jynxi has also helped show that there's a competitive side to Clash Royale. This past weekend was actually the global finals for Clash, and every single time they went live on YouTube for the 3 different days of streaming, there were over 1 million concurrent viewers watching the esport. If you look back at last year's 2024 global finals, not even one single day broke 1 million views. And they've had an entire year to be watched. Although most people that are playing Clash are just throwing random cards out and seeing what happens, myself and probably a lot of you are super interested in the fact that there is a complicated strategy behind this game. I mean, we all make fun of decks like Hog 2.6, but there's a reason that they work so well. It's because the synergy of that deck makes it almost impossible to lose.
Because I mistimed it, I couldn't keep my bomber alive! Hog 2.6 is broken deck! They just go skeletons, ice spear, musketeer, 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 log, cannon, ice golem kite. Yeah!
So whether you're a casual gamer or someone sweating to get themselves to 15,000 trophies, there is a different way to play this game for everybody, and it's fun for everyone. And being that a lot of Jynxi's fans are younger, there's going to be a whole new generation of Clash players that want to be competitive and try out the esport over the next decade. So big shout out to Jynxi for making one of my favorite games popular again, and comment down below what video you guys want to see me make next. Thank you so much for watching, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace!